Good afternoon, one and all present here. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar. Now, I would like to welcome our department HOD, Mr. R.P. Andakumar, the head of the department CSE of St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering. I welcome you, sir. Now, I would like to welcome Ms. Sonia, the faculty advisor of ACE, St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering. I welcome you, ma'am. Now, I would like to welcome the speaker of the session, the hero of the session, sorry, the heroine. I would like to welcome Ms. Ansi Dinoti, the executive member of ACE, the membership coordinator of IET XSCC on campus. I welcome you, ma'am. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all the participants, the faculties, the students of various colleges and the staffs from our college as well as the staffs of various colleges. I welcome you all. Now I would like to hand over the session to Mr. Dr. R.P. Andakumar, the head of the department, to facilitate the gathering.
Thank you, Andrew, for the invitation. Dear Association Advisor, Professor S.L. Sonia, Association Secretary, Mr. Anto, Executive Members, Organizing Team Members, Faculty, Staff Members, and students from our college and other colleges. Today's guest speaker, Ms. J.J. Ansi Dinoti, and all other participants, a very good afternoon to all of you. I am happy to see our association is organizing various programs during these lockdown days for the knowledge updation of our students. This is the third webinar organized by our department association, ACE, that is Association of Computer Engineers, during this COVID-19 lockdown days. Digital marketing is the component of marketing that utilizes internet and online-based digital technologies such as desktop computers, mobile phones, and other digital media and platforms to promote product and services. I came to know that today our students will be getting a fundamental knowledge on digital marketing from this webinar. I congratulate all the organizing team members for this arrangement. Also, I congratulate and thank today's resource person, Ms. J.J. Ansi Dinoti, for her contribution. Once again, I wish all for this wonderful program. Continue this type of effort during the forthcoming days. Thank you. Thank you, Anto. Over to Anto.
Now I would like to invite Ms. Ansi Dinoti, the executive member of ACE and the membership coordinator of IET XSCC on campus, to go along with the session. I welcome you, ma'am.
Well, thank you. So hello all. This is my very first webinar. So let me present the screen for you. Is this visible, guys?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is my very first webinar. Okay, this is my very first webinar. So if I make any mistakes, I'm really sorry for that, and please do correct me. So talking about digital marketing, before that, I would like to start from the very basics so that it would be very clear for you to understand and to catch up with the session. So internet. So you all know what internet is. But why it is used for? Long ago, internet was just used for like any sorts of business transactions or like any transactions of emails only. But nowadays, internet is used for all sorts of purposes, like right from our mobile phones to all sorts of grocery shopping. So what are the benefits you get by using this internet? During this lockdown, everybody is using the internet. It's like more than using the word using, we can say we are swimming in the internet. So what are the benefits you get by using this internet? There are thousands and thousands of benefits you get by using this internet, but I would like to tell you one basic benefit which is now trend in the current market. Yes, that is digital marketing. As our HOD said, digital marketing is nothing but it's the component that utilizes the internet as well as the technologies in sense like laptops, mobile phones, or any sorts of uh, PCs, or that's the thing. So over to simpler terms, how can I say you digital marketing is means when you Google something, at the side you'll be having some advertisements over there, right? That will be involved in digital marketing. So and next, when you browse something, any product, if you will be finding the notification that the product of the price is dropped, that will be involved in digital marketing. These are the simpler terms which I found it will be easier for you to understand also. So the next, moving to the fundamentals. So when I tell about fundamentals, if I move this session like this, it will be seriously boring for you and me as well. So what shall we do? Okay, just imagine your own business. Now you're going to start your own business. Just think of what business you just want, like bakery shops, or any clothing store, or any beauty products, or any missionary store, anything. You just imagine what kind of business you can start online. Just imagine in your mind you're going to start such business today. Okay. So is my audio visible? So okay. So let me take this cup. Is this visible? Successful online business I have written. Is this visible now? No?
Excuse me, Ansi.
Yes. Tell me.
Kindly hide your WhatsApp notifications.
Okay. I'm sorry for that. Now is this visible? No. Please, sorry for this inconvenience. I'm really sorry for this inconvenience. I never expected this. This is my first webinar, so I'm making this mistake. Please do forgive me. Okay. Is it visible now? Yes, I think so. As you can see, successful online business, right? So I have organized took some topics for me to teach you today, and I just don't want to catch up with every topics and collapse everything and put it like any vegetable salad. I just don't want to do that. So I just categorized 5 topics to teach you today. So once we complete each topic, I'll be pouring water here. So when we are done till here, you will be a successful online business. As I told you, to imagine a business which you want to start right now, right? So I'm going to imagine my own bakery. As I love cooking, so I'm going to start my bakery. So, okay. So let it be here. So the first topic would be about your first step in online success. So let me present the screen for you. Okay. When you're going to about fundamentals, I should seriously tell about what's digital marketing. As I told, right, it is the components which utilizes the internet and the technologies. I told it, right? That's what digital marketing is. In simpler terms, also I told you. So when you're going about fundamentals, the first step would be in online success. What will be the first step you keep in online success? What shall you do? So when you're asking me, I will suggest you about online goals. So setting online goals is the first thing you can do. So goals in sense, not like achieving something very great or very big. It's like small milestones, like goals like creating your own websites, or creating something like creating a website, or creating small profits, or maintaining your quality, or thought of selling such similar products within similar days. That kind of small goals you can do. Please don't do any such of the unrealistic goals. Unrealistic goals in sense, we all are just going to start a business today, right? So in 7 days, how can you improve your business? Unrealistic goals in sense, don't make big goals. Big goal in sense, how shall I say? Yeah, I just started my bakery, right? So how can I sell 100 cakes in 7 days? Is that possible? Is this possible when I am a big brand or more people know me and more people trust me? Unless that I cannot be sure that I can sell this much products, like this much cakes within 7 days. I can make my goal smaller than that, right? Like 10 cakes in 7 days. That is possible. That is possible, right? Please set such kind of goals only. That are the good goals. If you make big goals, if you fail to achieve that, you'll be like the sort of starting down in your business. That's not good for your business. So please don't make any such kind of unrealistic goal. So next would be about building your online presence. So when you're talking about building your online presence, it's nothing but moving your business to online. So moving your business to online means now we are going to move our business from offline to online. So what and all things people must know. So if I move my business online, how people will know me that I'm doing a business online, I'm doing a cake shop, how will they acknowledge? So for that, we should do local listings, do social medias and websites and other applications. So when talking about local listings, what do you think about it? Local listings is nothing but giving your phone numbers, your product details, your selling information, your opening time, your closing time, everything in and around people who are in and around your business shop, in and around your city. So people will acknowledge you easily when they want to buy some products regarding your business. So that would be your local listing thing first you should do. The next would be social media. When talking about social media, let me give you an example. Like when you take a Pothys shop, it has an own page in Instagram as well as in Facebook. So when they introduce new design or new product or anything new, they'll be posting it in their social media. So when other new customers visiting their profile will be acknowledged that they have a new design in their shop, and people who want to buy such thing and people who are already waiting for such designs can be acknowledged, and they can drive to their shop and buy, or any sorts of online shop or offline shop. It's up to them. So make sure you have a social media page, so people will be easily acknowledge you. The next would be creating a website and applications. Creating a website and applications will be playing a major unique role in your business. So if people now know you, okay, now people have acknowledged you have a business. So how will they find you? If you have your own website and applications, if they want to buy some product or if they want to contact you, they can easily Google your website or install your application and buy products or anything. If they want, they can do it in your website and applications. So make sure you have these all things in your online goals. That's what happens in your online goals. So next would be, now you're building your online presence. So next would be about it marketing it. So where and all you think you can market your business? You can market it in social media, you can market it in emails, where and all other than that, on search engines, on the other websites. When talking about search engines, when you type something in the search engine, you are letting it know what you exactly want. So if I am with that relevant product and the details, I will be similarly in your search result page. So keep it in mind, you have your product description and everything in your website page. Okay. So next, when telling about search engine, I should seriously tell you about two main uses of search engines. One is SEO and the other one is SEM. So SEO is nothing but search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is nothing but it uses the where you can show your websites with the unpaid results. So unpaid results in sense, it doesn't need to pay anything to show your websites in a search results page. That is called a search engine optimization. Then talking about search engine marketing is something that which gives you ad space in search engine results page. Okay, so these are the two differences between search engine optimization and search engine marketing. But you have a lot more to go about it. But due to lack of time, I'm not explaining everything. So something will be learned further. So these are the small things when you come to know about search engines. So the next, when talking about search engine, you should surely know about the keywords. You should know what exactly people will be typing in, such as I told I want to start a bakery. So if I wish to start my name as Ansie's Bakery in Nagarkoil, what people will actually type in their keyword. If people who don't know my name, how will they acknowledge and type? They will be typing bakery Nagarkoil only. So acknowledge such keywords and make sure you have in your website. So once when your marketing is done, what is the next step? You need to analyze and adapt. When talking about analyze, I should surely tell about analytics. Analytics is nothing but a crucial decision taken over and measuring of what you're doing and make sure it is working. Measuring in sense, okay, when you are analyzing, you must surely have the analytics part, right? So when you have that part, you will be finding who are all your customers, or how much of them are following you, how much of them have unfollowed you, how much have their product found their product useful, how much of them don't like how much of the customers expect what they want. Everything you can acknowledge. You can analyze that things, and you can adapt in your website. So when next time when the customers visit your profile, they can easily find the answers once. That's the thing you will be in analyzing and adapting. So our first topic, first session in online success is over. So I'm going to fill it with water. Okay, now I'm going to fill the cup with first session with water. You don't wonder why my water is blue, because I just add the food color to it. Okay. Okay, now I'll present the screen again. So to move towards the second topic. So our second topic is building your web presence. So when it comes to build your web presence, there are many topics to teach, but I don't want to collapse it and make you confused. I just selected only 2 topics. That is how website works and key in website ingredients. I choose these 2 topics because I found it so interesting. So I just selected these 2 topics. So how website works. All you know how website works. Some of you might know, some of you might don't know. Similarly, I didn't know until I learned this course. So after that only I just come to know how website works. So I'll tell you. So what and all you type after www is called as a domain name. So make sure you have a good domain name. So why I'm telling about the domain name? Because people will be searching you with those domain names only. So be sure you have a very good domain name. So if you're having the domain name as that with the other people who are similar with the another business people having the same domain name, your chance of appearing on the search result page will be much low. So make sure you have a unique domain name in your business. In that instance, please don't make your domain name more complicated. Okay, make an easy domain name for a business. So as I tell, I want to start a business like cake shops, right? So I'll keep my business bakery name as easy to find. So if I found another business with the same name, easy to find, I'll make my business name as easy to cake or easy to bake, something like that. So I'll be unique in my own way. So I won't be collaborating with the others. So I won't be confused also. So please keep in mind you have a very unique domain name with you. Are you all wondered why a server is called as a server? No big history. It is called as a server because it just serves the information to us. There will be lot of services having all the sorts of information like images, videos, everything, data, everything it will be having. So when you type something in the search engine, how the search engine brings the particular necessary website you want. That is what keywords are used for. So make sure your domain name and keywords are the best. So your business will reach a very good level. So after that, the key website ingredients. So key website ingredients is nothing but tell you how you should organize and assign your website. So key website ingredients means how you should organize and assign your website, right? So how and all you can organize. You should have your name, you should have your phone number, you should have your product details, you should have your selling information, you should have your opening time, closing time, everything you should be having in your website layout, right? That will be. Then before that, just be sure just be think like a customer. Don't go like a seller first itself. Be like a customer so that you'll be able to clear what other customers expect. So if you think like a customer, you will know what and all things you expect in other websites, what and all things you want to see in other websites. Make sure that and organize it as well. And also ask other people's view, what and all they expect in their websites, what and all they choose, what and all difficulties they face, everything you just gain and organize the web page as well. So make sure your website is mobile friendly, because most of the people using their mobile phones to browse or do anything, whatever. So make sure the website you create is most mobile friendly. And don't use any attractive or contrasting colors in your web page. So why I tell this, because when people visit your website, if they found such irritative colors, suddenly they move from your page. They if it feels irritative to the eyes, suddenly they move from your page. They have a lot other websites to buy and sell buy products, so that it doesn't need to hurt them and buy stay in your website. So make sure you don't have a very irritative things in your website. Okay. So these are the small things I just gathered for you to understand, because going detail will be a lot to know. But I did as a beginners, I'm just giving small things for you to start a business during this lockdown. I'm just giving you ideas how and all you can start your business. So once your building web presence is done, the next step would be strategies. So before that, once again, I'm showing and I'm filling the water. So we are completed with 2 topics. First one is your online presence, your first step in online success. What and all things you should know, what and all things you should do. The second one is you're building your web presence, choosing your web presence. And in that, I have choose 2 topics. That is, one is how website works and and the key website ingredients. So there are 3 more topics, and after that, we'll end up the session. So the third topic would be So the third part of the session would be about strategies. What and all strategies you can have when you start a business. So in that also, I have just choose only 2 topics for you to understand. The first one would be understanding the customers. So when it comes to understanding the customers, what and all things you can do, just as I told you earlier, be the customer. Don't be the seller first. First, when you start a business, be the customer. So what and all things you can understand from a customer. As I told, I'm going to start a bakery. What I want to improve my sales. Okay. So I'm seeing what and all struggles my customers are facing. And I just gone through all their feedbacks, all their reviews, and all the informations, and I just analyzed something. So, and I just found my customers are facing navigation to my page, and my customers are struggling in contacting us. So I'm going to sort it out, these 2 problems. These are the things where you can understand your customers. Before that, please acknowledge what your customers are expecting. Please talk to them what they want actually. So when you come to know about that, automatically you will provide what you want, right? What they want also you can provide, and you will be gaining what you want, right? So make sure you understand your customers. So as I told, in my week, I just gone through the customers' feedback, and I found the navigation. They found the struggling in navigation and contacting information. So I'm just for navigation, I'm just going to organize my website layout, and for contacting information, I'm just going to leave the contact us information over there. So they will be easy for them to contact me. This will be much easier when you given in email campaigns. Email campaigns in sense, but when they can sign your email, you can automatically give your details to them, so that they doesn't need to visit your website always, right? You might also come under to this, like when in such products, if you want to sell information, send more information about this product, sign this. If you want to sell more new products, sign this. If you sign that, automatically the emails from their company will be receiving in your inbox, so that you will be able to able to find it in an easy way, right? You doesn't need to go to their website and find and anything. Such things you can easily avoid. So make sure you understand your customers. The next is standing out from a competition. So when talking about standing out, what and all things you do in offline business, you have, as I told you, to imagine a business, right? So in imagining a business, what and all struggles you'll be facing in offline. Uh, when you have similar competitors nearby, you'll be having attractive colors in for your shop. You'll be having a door catchy and window catchy items. You will be providing more offers. You will be providing new recipes, new old traditional recipes. Everything you will be providing and make yourself unique, right? That's it. You have to do in digital also. Identifying what makes us different online, we call that as USP. USP is nothing but unique selling product. That is called as unique USP. So make sure you have a unique way of your business. Please don't try to copy others and have something similar with that others. If you are similar with others, people might choose them also more rather than choosing you. So make sure you are unique in your way. So in this standing out from competition, you should keep 4 things in your mind. 4 key questions I can tell you. Who is my target audience? Who is my competitors? What problems do my target audience have? And what can I do to solve them? As I told earlier, what problems do my target audience have will be some finding difficulties in finding my page or finding contact us information or any price problems, anything they may have, and you just find it and solve them. That's the 2 main things in this standing out from competition, because not every website will be solving all the problems of the customers. When you do so, all the customers will be satisfied and they trust you more. So please keep it in mind, these 2 key questions. Another 2 key questions are: who is my target audience? Who will be target audience? People who are in and around your city. Who is your competitors? The bakers who are in and around your city, others competitors. So make sure you always say in a unique way, and make sure you always understand the customer, and make sure you are always solving the problems of the customers. When you do so, people automatically find you rather than the other website or rather than the business. So we are done with the 3rd topic too. I'm just going to pour water. Please don't wonder why I'm doing this. I thought it won't be so bored for you if I did this. I don't know. So yes, we have completed 3 topics. So, okay, the 4th one is make it easy for people to find you. It's in sense you are now in an online business. So, okay, people who are trusting you also. But how will they find you? How will they find your website? How will they find and order their product? How will they contact you? So, in that case, people will do only search. So I'm choosing the topic of get started with search. So here I will tell you how search engine works. Already I have told you about how website works. So here I'm telling about how search engines works. When telling about search engine, as I told earlier, when a search engine, we type something in the search engine, it automatically goes to the server and collects the information and come back to the search engine page, right? So there will be many servers having lots of information with it. When you type something in the search engine, it goes to the server and asks, would you mind giving me the regarding answers, all this search engine will be asking. If the server is okay with that, it will be providing like, okay, I'm okay with it. I'll give you some images, some videos, some information about this. And the search engine brings all that and puts you in the search result page. That's what happens actually in a search engine page. So when you are done with building your presence and marketing it, make sure how the search engine works, because knowing this only will make your website and make your business more easy and more having the profit more and selling products. So here search engine will be involved in 3 main things that I have given there in the slide: crawling, indexing, and ranking. Crawling is nothing but the search engine learn about the contents in the server and they have permission to see. That's called crawling. And once the search engines are crawled, they categorize each piece of content. That is called as indexing. When that is done, they decide which content to show in the result page. That is called as ranking. So search engines crawl the internet to get the content and then index it and then ranking, show it as in the search engine result page. So when talking about searching, I should surely tell you about organic search and paid search. Organic search is nothing but, as I told you earlier, in search engine optimization, I told you, right? It is an unpaid search. You doesn't need to pay for your website to show up in your search in our result page, right? That's what organic search is. So now let's come back to a bakery. When in organic search, I'm telling about this. Okay, so now let's come back to a bakery shop. Now we are selling our coffee cake with an old homemade recipe. Okay, in my coffee shop, I'm going to sell a old nice traditional coffee recipe. So I want other coffee lovers to also know about this recipe, right? So that they can come to my shop and buy. Otherwise, perhaps some others would be already searching for this coffee products or coffee cakes or anything. I should make sure them also to know. So how can we help them? Well, when someone searches something in the search engine, the result page they see contains list of organic searches. Organic searches is nothing but we find something in the middle of the results page, right? First some websites you'll be getting, then after that you'll be having some website that result page, right? In that, the middle part is called as the organic search. You might wonder then what is the above part is called. The above part will be having particular ads, particular advertisements, anything that will be done under paid search. So you might be wondering, I can do it with the organic search itself. Why I need to pay money and invest it in a paid search? I can answer you. What's the main benefit of paid search? That is, they will be listed before the organic search. So you may take example as yourself. When you Google something, at the top itself, you might find answers, right? At the top website itself, you can find all your answers. It doesn't need to scroll down to find all the answers. At the top itself, you'll be finding answers, right? That is what the main advantage of the paid search. So you can invest a small pay amount to show up a small business, which will get a chances of stealing clicks. It is the main thing in paid search. So when it appears at the top, usually we don't spend much time in things. We just come to know about new. So we just go through the about things only. So first top things. So when paid search is done, you will be having the possibility to steal clicks. By seeing the ads, people will be driven automatically to a site. That is also a big advantage. Let us take an example in a television example itself. In a television, as I told you earlier, both is ad, right? How they are in social media, they're just posting new designs so they can drive to the shop, right? In TV examples, people when again and again when they are putting some ads, automatically our mind will come to that point to go to the shop and see what's they are having new, what's they're having. They automatically our mind will come to go to the shop and see what they have. That's what paid search is. So paid search will be a great tool for small business when it is done right. It will put you in front of the people who are already looking for what you are selling. So that's all the thing I choose to tell you about organic and paid search. You have a lot to know about organic and paid search, but this is I'm just giving you an point where you can just have an idea to start a business only. So I'm just not going into deep into it. So I'm just giving a basic and overall view of such topics which I found interesting for myself. So now we are done with that. Now I'm going to add some more water. I thought of making it interesting. I don't know whether I'm doing it right or not. So the next and last topic would be web analytics. So web analytics, as I told earlier, in analyzing and adapting, right? So analyzing is nothing but you'll be getting answers in the questions such as what people are doing and what people are not doing on your website. That's the main thing you should know and adapt it, right? As I told you earlier. So web analytics is nothing but the answers for questions which people doing in your website and what not they are doing in the website. It's about like collecting data from your website to give insights about your business. So talking about insights means I have seen in Instagram business account. So when you own a business account, you'll be automatically having an insight option, right? So when you click that insight option, automatically you can see who all followed you, who all unfollowed you, who are all from using this, seeing this profile from this area, from that area. Everything you can see from that insights, and what and all, why they and they, some people might have unfollowed you, so you can just improve from that. Okay, so when talking about it's all about collecting the data only, no? So when talking about it, I should tell you what types of data and all that. There are three types of data, that is metric, dimension, and conversion. So metric is nothing about anything you can count, anything you can count, instance, unique visitors, like, or time spent on your website, or how many sales you have done. Such kind of countable things are called as metric, and analyzing this metric is called as dimension. And if you want some of the things to know, like what people are doing in your website, like placing orders, or any navigation for your shop, finding navigation for your shop, or for any contacting conversation, something such, or any signing newsletters or something, if all these process will be coming under the conversion. So these are the topics I have choose to tell you, because you have a lot to know about this. So we are done with the last topic also. Now I'll be showing you, I'm covered with all the topics. So here, to reach successful online business, we have some more space, right? I'll tell you about it. I'll show you 5 questions. Please make sure whether you are able to attend. You might feel I just gone through a very fast session. If you just have time. If you have any doubts, you can ask it in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself, and you're free to ask doubts to me right now. So I'll be displaying 5 questions. Please make sure whether you are able to guess at least what will be the answer. Okay. So this is your first question, and for each question I will be giving you 10 to 15 seconds. Shall I move to the next slide? Moving towards the next slide. Next question. Three of them have replied. I'm so thank you. I expect more replies. No problem whether it's correct or wrong, no problem at all. Just give a guess. Whether you just listen to my seminar or not, I don't know. You just guess the questions and just leave A, B, C, any options. Just do that. The next last question. Just guess your answers, no matter whether you listened or not. Getting replies. Thank you. Should I play all the questions again? Should I slide the questions once again? Yes or no? Yes, okay. I'll be showing you all the questions once again. Okay, this is the first question. You're guessing great. Okay. Shall I tell the answer for this question? Okay. So what is the question is, when you start a business, which of the following options would help being online? So options are attract new customers, gather customer feedback, source new hair coloring products. So in this, attracting new customers will also be there, and gathering customer feedbacks will be also there, because when having an online presence wouldn't necessarily help with buying new range of products, right? So option A as well as option B, both the options will be coming under when you're having an online presence. Okay. So shall we move to the next question? Okay. You're guessing great. I expect more replies. Come on, give a try. So shall I tell the answer? So Peter owns easy to find bakery and has decided to open a website. Take a look at his ideas and select the best domain name. So the options are www.easy2find.com and www.ec another two numerical 2 find.com, and another one is www.mybakery.com. So the answer is A, www.ec2find.com, because having the name of the business in website's domain name is the best idea, because it will be easy for the customers to find you online. So option A is the correct. So I'm happy that you got something. So next question. Try to answer the question. Come on, give it a try. Shall I say the answer? Organic search results appear when someone makes a search using search engine. They aren't paid for business and they aren't adverts. Which of the following images show the organic search results from a particular search? So the answer is option B. As I told you earlier, organic search results will be appear in the middle of the website page. So having in the first image, something is shown in the side only, and the last image it is shown as a paid search. Paid search only will be displayed at the top. Organic search will be displayed only after the paid search. That is below the paid search and the middle of the page. Okay. So the fourth question. Try to answer the fourth question. So shall I tell the answer? What does the time spent on sites mean in web analytics? As I told, the time spent on websites can be easily measured. So the things which you can easily measure will be coming under metric. So option A is the correct answer. So shall I move to the next question? Fifth question. So shall I tell the answer? So the answer for the question is, what does signing up to the newsletter mean in web analytics world? As I told you earlier, what people are doing in your website, or they placing orders, or the navigation for your shop, or contact information, or any sorts of signing letters, anything, everything comes under conversion. So answer C is the correct answer.
Chat.
So we are done with everything. Done with everything. We have reached this much of the height, right? We came to the end of the session. You might be wondering, there is about 1/2 of the glass is not full, right? 3/4 of the glass is full, right? You might be wondering why I didn't fill. Because to become a successful online business, you need to learn a lot more. So for that I will be leaving the link in the chat box, so people who are wish to learn the course can go to it and make use of it. It's absolutely a free course. So I had no idea about digital marketing before, but once I'm done with that, I just have some ideas about it. So I am now here to teach you something. So just think out how much knowledge I gathered. So if you want to learn, if you are really interested in that, you just go to the Google Digital Garage thing and just make sure you learn it. Okay, it's absolute free course. It's just for the beginner. I'm just dropping the link here. Please do fill the feedback link to get your certificates. This is a link where you can. Sorry. I'm just. Sorry, I just dropped the wrong link. I'll give you the correct link now. Wait. And that's all about the session. I'll just drop it now. So this is the link I've dropped. So people who want to learn about the course, you can go and learn. So thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I would have made mistakes. I'll correct it in my next webinar. Please don't mind. And thank you once again.
Thank you, Nancy. It was really a wonderful session. I hope many of them have been benefited through this session. Now I would like to invite Ms. Rashmi, the Joint Secretary of ACE, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ando. Thank you, Nancy Didoti, for your wonderful presentation. Even if it's your first webinar, you gave very detailed explanation about digital marketing. Thank you for sharing your experience, Nancy. Next, I would like to thank Dr. R.P. Andakumar, our HOD of CSE department, for your boundless support and guidance. Without you, we cannot imagine this wonderful webinar. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to thank Mrs. S.S. Sonia, the faculty advisor of ACE. Thank you, ma'am, for your moral support. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants for your active participation, which have led the successful webinar. Thank you, one and all.
Dear participants, please fill the feedback link to receive your e-certificate.